Hey guys, Tactical Diesel Dad. Today I have to replace my passenger side mirror on my 17 Ram 3500 dually. Had an accident a few weeks ago where somebody pulled out on a red light making a right-hand turn, a large flatbed commercial truck, and he made a wide right turn, which means legally here in Texas you have to turn into the right lane when you make a right-hand turn if it's safe, not just whenever you want. And unfortunately here in Texas, people make right-hand turn all the time when traffic's approaching, and you might be in the left-hand lane and you'll have somebody making a turn at an intersection into the lane next to you as you're going through the intersection. Completely unsafe. And if you decide to change lanes, well, you're on the main road, you've got the green light. Technically, if you change lanes and hit them, you'd be in the right. That being said, I swerved over the median trying to avoid totaling my truck. Our mirrors hit each other, and I need to get an alignment. And I'm trying to get some tires out of the insurance company, because anytime you have a hard impact on your tires, you could have separation from the rubber and the belts on the interior of the tire and get bubbling. You'll have the tire bubble out in a spot if you've had an impact previously. It may do it immediately, or it could be 6 months to a year down the road. So I'm trying to get them to replace my tires as well. And my argument for that was, hey, I saved you guys about $80,000 for replacing my truck, so I think a set of tires is pretty reasonable. But anyway, let me turn this around, and the mirror obviously got knocked off, and then it broke the housing here. That crack goes all the way through. And the arm's a little wobbly, not really bad, but anyway, I got a new arm. Let me come over here and show you guys the new mirror. I went ahead and ordered it. I'm not waiting on the insurance. It's already been almost a month since the accident happened. You can see it's held in by two, it's kind of hard holding the camera, but it's held in by two screws. Give me just 1 second. All right, yank that sucker out of the box, because it comes in a nice little protective mesh bag. So anyway, comes with or installs with, looks like 3 bolts, and then has a double plug in the wiring harness right here. So I'm going to take the door panel off and replace the mirror. So I have a dash cam. If I had some editing equipment, I'd show you the accident. But if you don't have one, I would highly recommend to get one. Get one that allows you to play and rewind the video from the dash camera itself. Some of them have like a little the MP3 chip, and you have, or the microchip, and you've the SD card, whatever you want to call it, and you've got to actually take that, put it in a computer to actually see it. And you want to be able to show law enforcement on scene what happened. So if you need an accident report, they can write it up correctly and show you as the number 2 vehicle. So the number 1 vehicle, at least here in Texas, is normally the at-fault vehicle. There was no accident report on mine. Both vehicles are drivable. Most police agencies here in Texas, if the vehicles are drivable, you can literally drive them off the road, even if there's severe damage. If there's no injuries, there's not going to be an accident report. So thankfully this guy was insured. He didn't have a driver's license. He was an illegal. He had from Mexico, and he used to have an American driver's license back in 2012. That's when it expired, and he thought just having a Mexican CDL was okay for him living in Texas. But that's only if you live in Mexico and you're traveling, delivering a load to the United States and then going home. Well, unfortunately, I guess anything goes these days with the open borders, but that's a different story. So anyway, I'm going to turn this back around, and there's a slight delay when I turn this around, so I have to remember to stop talking. So the door panel is held in by some, they're like, let me show you these things here. They're like screws, but they go down into those little pop rivets. So it's kind of a weird deal, but I had to use a flat tip screwdriver as I back those out with the drill. You can do it by hand if you want, but I got a flat tip screwdriver underneath there, and as I'm backing it out with the drill, I'm pushing on this because I just wanted to sit there and spin. So you're going to have a couple there, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think there's 6 of those in the door panel. And then, let me see if I can zoom out. I think I'm all the way zoomed out. And then here, there's another video on YouTube of somebody that showed this, but I'm using a micro flathead screwdriver. I don't want to scratch this up. And you can hold that open and get your flathead screwdriver right in there, and that's going to pop right out like that. No scratches. And then take that Phillips head screw out, and then should be able to just lift the door panel right out. So I'm going to do that and then resume the video. Okay, so this next panel, you just get a screwdriver just underneath there. Again, use a small one so you're not scratching up your interior, and that just pops out and then slides off just like that. And it has a little lip right here. And yep, the previous people, you can see how the plastic's discolored right there from flexing too much. Somebody didn't know what they were doing and just pulling on that. Probably the Line-X guys. Anyway, so that's wired in. I'm going to leave that there, pop this door panel off, and then hopefully be able to replace that mirror pretty simple. So you can see the nuts here that hold the mirror on. There's 3 of them, and I have to take this off to expose that third nut and the wiring harness to the mirror. Okay, so the panel comes off easily. I had to get a ladder because unless you want to unplug all the wiring harnesses, which is still going to be a pain in the butt without a second person there to hold it for you, you're going to want to set this on something. So this comes right off, and I'm going to set it. Make sure you clear your lock. That way you don't bend that bar. And looks like that's good to go. You've got a wiring harness to your door lever, and then also for your lock and window controls. So definitely don't want to be yanking on this thing and break anything. So I'm going to move that over real quick, and then I'll resume recording. Okay, I ended up having to take the wiring harnesses off. The lock and the window is going to be easier to pop off. They literally just pop out, so just grab the lip with a micro flathead screwdriver, and then the lock mechanism, all you've got to do is push down on this little tab and it comes right out. Same thing with the door handle, and then it looks like the mirror right here underneath these other wires. Let's get that out of the way. Looks like if you just push on this little tab right here, it'll unplug, or at least hopefully. Alright, not much luck with that one. Alright, let me figure that one out, and then I'll resume. Okay, it just needed to be two-handed, so as you press on the little levers, you need to pull on the whole thing, and I didn't want to force it, but it came right out when I used two hands to just push that little clip down, and then I got my other thumb up underneath that ledge right there, and they popped right out. So I'm going to use a 10 millimeter deep well socket for, I think it's a 10 millimeter, could be wrong. Yep, 10 millimeter socket on there, right here and right there, and the mirror should come off. I'll slide the wiring harness out and then put the new one in, and then we'll test it out. All right, I got the nuts off the far side, and it'll come right out. Then you got to get that wiring harness out of there, and I need two hands for that. So I'm gonna let this go and put the new one on. Okay, so new mirror is on. I went ahead and put Loctite on these three nuts. This one right here was a little bit loose whenever I took it off. There wasn't any torque to it, so went ahead and put some Loctite on them. just because that one does get a lot of vibration. Well, both the mirrors get vibration from wind resistance and stuff, just going down the road, and then, you know, small branches and stuff like that slap the mirrors every once in a while. Maintain your trees, people. Anyway, so got your wiring harness here, and these should plug in relatively easy. That's in. Sorry, it's getting dark. I'm trying to work with this light. That one's in. And then this goes here. And then I'm still trying to figure out where this one goes. It might go here. I'll figure that out. It was loose and it was broken off whenever, because I don't think it goes in the door, because how would you get it out, right? Might go right here, but I'm not for certain. So yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna put that back on, and then we'll test the windows back, or test the mirrors out. All right, figured it out. That was where it went. Apparently the Linux guys did not wire that correctly. So clip here, clip there, and then it goes behind these wires and plugs in right there. So now I'll put the door panel back on. I wanted to show you these little clips. They literally just sit here and spin. I'm not using any pressure. It's just gonna sit there and spin. So when you take them off, see there how it doesn't back out? You need to get a screwdriver up underneath the lip as you try to back that out. All right, moment of truth, guys. It should work. I hope it does, because I've put everything all together. So, all right, that's a good sign. It folds in. And let's try the, all right, there we go. It all works. All right, guys, that took me about 45 minutes. Not too bad. It is dark outside now. So key points: get a dash cam. They have saved my butt more than once. I've been screwed over not having a dash cam. Somebody lies, they pull out in front of you and you rear end them. Well, it looks like you're at fault. And if you don't have any way to prove otherwise, you probably will be. I've had somebody get $30,000 out of my insurance company because they pull out in front of me, end up rear-ending them, and they just lied to the insurance company. So dash cams will save your butt. So invest in one. A good one's $100, and it'll save you a lot of money. So the mirror cost me out of pocket. I'm going to get reimbursed from the insurance company, but it cost me $850. And that's with the military discount. So they said it was like $957 plus tax from Dodge City and McKinney before I got a military discount. So always ask for that discount if you're a veteran. So anyway, it pays for itself for sure. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope this video helped out with replacing your mirror or even just taking your door panel off. Like and subscribe if you like this video. Thank you very much.